This is EBN TV Prime Edition. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Good evening to wherever you are watching us from. And with me are today's news on what has been making headlines. Tarry with me till the very end.
This is EBN TV, transforming your world.
We do apologize for the technical hitch. As we were saying, President William Ruto on Monday opened this year's Kenya Innovation Week, dubbed Commonwealth Edition. The event held at the College of Insurance will see delegates, exhibitors, investors, partners, and innovators from various countries participate. In his address during the event, Ruto pledged to transform the annual event, which is in its third year, into an international festival. The theme of the week-long is innovating to unlock our Commonwealth. In his speech, the head of state promised to enhance the funding of the national innovation agenda from 0.8% of our GDP to 2% of the country's GDP.
We are well underway in delivering the most ambitious package of strategic interventions and aimed at transforming Kenya's economy into a highly productive, highly inclusive, dynamic, and sustainable system of opportunities in order to feed the nation, keep it healthy, create more jobs, promote entrepreneurship, support creativity and innovation, and thereby increasing employment, creating wealth, reducing poverty, and also reducing inequality. We are committed to deliver all the commitments in this ambitious agenda using existing national resources, which, as everyone knows, are always limited. Innovation is a mindset which facilitates the transformation of limited resources and opportunities into maximum or exponential value, enabling us to push the uttermost reaches of our productive possibilities. In other words, we understand that often failure to optimize existing opportunities can be a result of resource constraints. But it's not just that. It's also due to something much more basic, a failure of imagination, which can limit the possibilities and opportunities that exist. I read somewhere yesterday on my phone, somebody said, people sometimes miss opportunity because sometimes it is dressed in overalls and it looks like work. Embracing a culture of innovation liberates us from such basic limitations and failures. We are determined to implement the bottom-up economic transformation agenda in a manner consistent with its ambition by integrating innovation into every dimension of policy, program, and project delivery.
And now moving on, during the ODM recruitment drive in Nyamira County, the head of the political party, Raila Amolo Odinga, used the platform to shift blame to the Kenya Kwanza leadership for ignoring the needs of the Kenyan citizens. Now, Raila has said that the Kenya Kwanza government stole their votes, and yet the party is not fulfilling its promises made during the campaign era.
Kama chama mpaka iwe na nguvu. Kama chama haina nguvu.
Speaking at the ODM recruitment drive in Nyamira County, the ODM leader Raila Odinga has asked the government of Kenya to stop the hike in service fee for obtaining government services that are instrumental in citizenship, including but not limited to the disbursement of national IDs, saying that it is the government's responsibility to provide such services free of charge, since every Kenyan has the right to government services.
Lisho ni haki ya kila Mkenya. Manake hiyo ndio thibitisho kwamba wewe ni Mkenya. Haitakikani tena ulipishe pesa. Tunataka this ID card should be given free.
Odinga slammed the leadership of the Kenya Kwanza government for blaming the previous government instead of implementing the demands of the citizens.
Waliiba, lakini imekoma kwa koo. Imekoma kwa koo, imekataa kuteremka kwa tumbo.
The governor of Kisii County, Simba Arati, speaking in the same event, has blamed the government of Kenya Kwanza for ignoring the citizens who are in the wing of the ODM party, while mentioning the disaster that the citizens have experienced when the Kenya Kwanza party got into leadership.
Naona Kisii ni nyingi. Polisi wamegeuka. Wamechagua vijana kata, wanaua vijana ambao walikuwa wanaitwa vijana wa mboga, ni wao, bodaboda ni wao. Sasa wamejinja kijana mmoja hapo town katikati eti kwa sababu wamevalia jesi ya chama cha ODM. Wiki ile baada ya askari kuja town,
the senator of Nyamira County, Morgan Herrick, has slammed the Kenya Kwanza government for denying young people ODM party's membership, a leadership opportunity in the central government, that the government has not fulfilled its promises to the citizens.
Sisi tumeteseka baba. Hii serikali ya UDA kama kuna kitu imeletea jamii wetu ni mateso. Wakati mbolea ilikuwa inagawa kwa wakulima kule North Rift, wale wakulima wa mahindi walipewa mbolea. Nyinyi wa chai mulipata? Mulipata?
Other leaders from the ODM wing have accused the Kenya Kwanza government of being irresponsible, saying the government has failed in its job. They have also asked the government to reduce the cost of living.
Ruto kazi imemshinda, si ndio? Na nataka kusema hivi kwa hii kamera, ndio asikie huko. Wewe rais, kazi imekushinda. Na kwa sababu kazi imekushinda, wachia wale ambao wanajua kufanya kazi wafanye hiyo kazi, si ndio? Kwa sababu kazi imekushinda, wachia baba afanye kazi. Na baba, hii dialogue wakikataa mambo ya cost of living irudi chini. Yani...
Reporting for EBN TV, my name is Masinzilo.
Thank you very much, Mercy, for the report. Now, in its final report, the team appointed by President William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga disagreed on critical proposals on how to reduce the rising cost of living. The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party had insisted on having key recommendations adopted by the bipartisan team. However, the Kenya Kwanza team rejected most of them. Bipartisan team co-chairperson Kimani Ichung'wah said the team had disagreed on reducing the VAT on fuel products from 16% to 8%. The National Assembly Majority Leader said the team also disagreed with the proposal to scrap the controversial housing levy. Former Defense Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa has expressed his dissent to the National Dialogue Committee's report, saying the National Dialogue Committee did not do justice to the issue of cost of living that formed the basis of the talks.
Na sisi tumekuwa bombers Siku tumekuwa kule, nikiwa macho yenu kule, tumekuwa huko 120 days. Tukizungumzia mambo haya. Gharama ya maisha ifanye nini? Ishuke. Wenzetu wameitoa bottom, bei ya sukari imetoka bottom imeenda wapi? Up. Bei ya mafuta imetoka bottom imeenda wapi? Up. Kila kitu imeenda bottom up. Na leo nikiwa nyumbani nataka niseme haya sababu si mimi niko nyumbani. Si ndivyo hoja? Hapa nikisema kuna mtu anatisha mimi kweli? Jana report ya Bomas imekamilika. Sikuweko kule Nairobi, lakini wenzangu wameweka sahihi. Report hiyo inaenda kwa Mheshimiwa Ruto na Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga. Baada ya hapo itaenda bungeni ili iweze kujadiliwa na wabunge wetu. So leo nikiwa hapa nyumbani Western, tumekuwa hapa juzi tukiwa Vihiga County. Mimi nilikuwa nimesema ya kwamba bila kushughulikia swala la gharama ya maisha, mimi sitaweka sahihi huo mkataba. I said this in Vihiga, hapa Western. I said this in Mwingi, kule Eastern. That without dealing with the issue of the cost of living, I will not sign that agreement. Na leo nikiwa nyumbani, nimekuja nyumbani nikiwa na moyo mzito sana. Sababu ule mkataba umeweka sahihi, we as the representatives of the people of Kenya did not do justice to the issue of the cost of living that touches every Kenyan.
While issuing updates from the cabinet meeting chaired by President William Ruto earlier in the day, the State House spokesperson Hussein Mohammed said that the situation had not reached levels that warrant the declaration of a national disaster. He said the matter was considered during the special meeting, but the cabinet will resolve that the situation was being handled. A former journalist added that the government has set up a National Disaster Operations Center at Nyayo House, which will be under the Ministry of the Interior. He said that the government had disbursed 10 billion Kenyan shillings in shareable revenue to counties, which governors are expected to use to help affected families. The spokesperson added that the government would allocate another 10 billion shillings later on.
The state's intervention is being undertaken in a joint effort between the national and county governments, and which incorporates the Kenya Defence Forces and the National Youth Service in operation with the Kenya Red Cross Society. Through aircraft made available by the Kenya Defence Forces, medical supplies have been airlifted to the most vulnerable counties. The government has disbursed 500 million shillings to the new KCC to mop up excess milk during this rainy season. The government has also airlifted medical supplies worth 180 million shillings through the KDF and in conjunction with the Wajir County government to Wajir County. Infrastructure restoration is being implemented following damage caused by rains. The works on the following roads and bridges have been repaired. One, Bogolo Bridge on the Mtwapa Malindi Road has been repaired. Jilango Center on the Nuno Modogashi Road has been repaired. Madade Center on the Wajir Mandera Road has been repaired. Ohio Center on the Nuno Modogashi Road has also been repaired. Galbakole in Mandera, the quality end of the tarmac there, has been repaired. And the Garissa airstrip has also been repaired, and commercial flights will resume tomorrow. And of course, it will really go a long way in coordinating relief efforts. Ongoing works to be completed by tomorrow, Tuesday 28th, include repairs at Maalim Tokbub on the Nuno Modogashi Road and Kotulo, Mandera on the Wajir Mandera Road. The works in progress include Tula on the Thika Garissa Road, Red on the Thika Garissa Road also, and Moyale to Ramu Road in Mandera through Bute. It also directed the National Treasury to release an additional 10 billion shillings to county governments this week, again part of their shareable revenue. And of course, the government is encouraging the counties, as much as it's part of the shareable revenue, government is encouraging counties to try and reallocate some of these funds to the dire situation now occasioned by these floods. The government also directed the enhanced deployment of the KDF and all public civilian aircraft to transport medical supplies, food and non-food items for targeted distribution as recommended. It also sanctioned a proposal to be sent to Parliament for the replenishment of the contingencies fund and the rationalization of the budget and supplementary appropriations too of the current financial year. Cabinet also directed the National Treasury to further rationalize the current budget and direct ministries, departments and agencies, that is MDAs, to commence reallocation of funds in their budgets to support the emergency response being undertaken by the state.
Now to the raging floods. One family in Katungu area, Makueni County, is mourning their daughter who died after falling from the wall of the house following the heavy rainfall that rained in the area. The girl who had done her KCPE exam this year is among 3 other people who were destroyed by the effects of the rain in Makueni, including the brother to Kilome MP Thandias in Zambia.
Jua simu usiku kwa kunyesha sana, saa 7 nikaamshwa na wanakijiji hapa, hata bibi wa ndugu yangu akaniita, asema tukimbie pale tuokoe watu ambao wamegongwa na ukuta wa nyumba na maji ya mvua. Alafu tukakimbia, tukafika hapa saa 7 na kitu kama dakika 15 hivi, tukakuta wanaendelea kuokoa mmoja ambaye alikuwa ameangukiwa na ukuta.
Majioni tukakimbia kuitikia. Tulipoitikia tukapata mmoja wetu alituacha, msichana mdogo sana, hata results zake za class 8 zimetoka. Sasa hii alikuwa anangojea kuingia form 1.
Tuna familia karibu 59 zenye zimepoteza mboma zao kwa kufyekwa na matope, na pia tuna another rescue camp iko mahali kunaitwa Kawese, na tuna familia huko pia boma zao zilifunikwa na maji, na kama serikali ya county tunafanya juu chini kuangalia vile tutasaidia watu.
At least 1,000 families of the residents of the Ngare Mara area in Isiolo who are affected by the floods have moved from their homes due to the heavy rains experienced all over the country. The victims have asked the central government and non-governmental organizations to provide assistance to victims of the flood disasters being witnessed in Isiolo County and some locations of Meru County. The residents have asked the county government to provide help with food and important materials, mentioning that the money given should be used for such disasters.
Najua gavana wetu ameangana kiwango ile anaweza. Ameangana kwa serikali ya juu, ameangana county government, ameleta chakula, ameleta blanketi, ametuletea jana mpaka hata chakula kidogo mboga ambayo watoto walilala jana usiku. Lakini sasa ile chakula ambayo imekuja kwa leo, wale wananchi wamejitokeza ni watu wengi. Na watu wote wako na njaa, mpaka unashindwa utampatia nani, utaacha nani. Kwa hiyo ile chakula kidogo ambayo tulikuwa tumetenga kwa sababu ya wale wanalala hapa, imebidi tuwapatie wananchi wote ambao wameweza kujitokeza. Kwa sababu watu wetu tukawafukuza wengine na hao pia wako na njaa. Kwa hiyo tungeomba serikali yetu ya county, tungeomba serikali ya national government. Kuna pesa Deputy President Gachagua alisema imetengwa na national government na imepeana kwa county. Tunaomba Deputy President, kama hii pesa iko, patiana kwa counties kama hujapeana, ili watu wetu waweze kushughulika, because watu wetu wanaumia. Ile picha ambayo jana tuliona katika Ngaramara ni picha ambayo haijaonekana county zingine, si Ngaramara peke yake, hata wadi zingine katika Isiolo County ama hata wadi zingine. Kulikuwa na picha mingi ambayo ilikuwa inatatazwa. Kwa hivyo tungeomba tu serikali ya national pamoja na county government washirikiane ili tuokoe maisha ya watu wetu. Pia ningehimiza watu wetu ya afya, Daktari Lowassa ambaye ni deputy governor yetu, ambaye ana head department health, hakikisha kwamba watu wake wamekuja ground.
Now moving on to the just announced results of the KCPE, parents of Kitengela International School as well as Set Green Hill School in Kisii County have submitted a case to the court against the results of this year's Class 8 KCPE examinations. In the petition presented by lawyer Danstan Omari, suing the examination board in NEC, students and parents in those schools want the selection process for primary schools to be stopped until the case is heard. The parents and the students have complained that they are not satisfied with the results because they are in great conflict with their normalcy in which they have been doing way better. Therefore, they are asking the court to do away with the results that were announced for the KCPE examinations.
What we have today is a momentous situation in the country where young children below the ages of 18 through their parents have gone to school to challenge Kenya National Examination Council in terms of the irregularities in their exams. The children are here. They will tell us the type of preparation they did for the exams, what they expected, and what has come out, and the impact it is going to cause, or it has caused, to thousands and thousands of young standard 8 kids who did their exam.
I just finished my KCPE the other day, and the results were not as pleasing as to what we expected. We had prepared so hard. We used to wake up very early in the morning to go to class. Our teachers who came from miles away to come and teach us were not left behind. They used to come, they prepared us enough, and we were ready. We were sure that we were going to pass the examination. When the results came, we were very much disappointed to what we saw.
I'd like to ask the government, are you taxing our marks or what? Because if the ballot papers can be recounted, why not our marks? I repeat, if the ballot papers can be counted, why not our marks?
We have invested as parents to give our children the best education that we can because of the value we attach to education. It's not that we have excess money to take our children to private schools. We do this to give them the best that we can offer. When it comes to the results, we are given results that does not reflect the abilities and the capacities of our children. We as parents, we know the capacity and the abilities of our children. We have worked with the children since they were born, since they started school. We know what they were capable of doing.
These children have a right. They have a right to a paramount, they have that which we call a paramount interest, which must be protected by the law. This is to mean that if these children, if one of them is deserving of going to the school that I went to, Maseno School, then this child should not be given a chance at another school where they do not deserve to be there.
What we have here is worse than what is happening with the floods in this country. It is a situation that is death to vulnerable kids who are in the formative stages of their life. We have filed 2 cases on behalf of 2 different schools, and it is a representation that we are likely to have an avalanche of cases being filed by close of business tomorrow countrywide. We have also sued the Inspector General of Police. We have also sued the Director of Criminal Investigation, because Kenya National Examination Headquarters to us is a crime zone. It is a scene of crime. People must be investigated, culprits arrested, culprits charged, for the justice of these children to be there.
Still on the KCPE, MPs from Northern Rift Valley are now pressurizing the Minister of Education, Ezekiel Mashogu, to resign and appear before the Parliamentary Education Committee for investigations due to the witness of cheating in this year's Class 8 KCPE examinations. The leaders have also claimed inequality during the marking of the examination, whose results were announced last week. As they said, the rush in marking the exams contributed to errors and confusion in the examination. The MPs have asked the Minister of Education, together with the principal leaders in the education sector, to account for the mistakes witnessed. This, they call the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Ezekiel Mashogu, to be responsible and accountable to what is happening.
Kwa hivyo hiyo inawezekana kweli? Shule nyingine ati watoto wanapewa marks ya ile course hawakufanya. Hiyo vitu inawezekana kweli? So sisi kama Committee Education, Mheshimiwa Chair, tutafanya investigations. Those who are found culpable of his managing KCPE must go home.
Kupata wanafunzi wapate marks sawa 875 all through watoto 100. Nimeona marafiki yangu walimu wengi ambao wako hapa. Inawezekana kweli? Hatuko sawa kiakili, kimafikra na hata vile tunavyoandika. So when you see students scoring the same in almost everything, there is a problem. Ya kwamba lazima waetueleze. Na hivyo pia wale watoto ambaye marks yao ilidhalilishwa au it was not right, ilikuwa na maswali tofauti. Waziri na watu wake katika Ministry of Education lazima wajibu hiyo swali, na hao watoto wabaktiwe haki, wapatiwe remarking, waangalie mashule zote. Hiyo 30 days haitoshi. Errors are too much. Sheria inasemanga 30 days.
What was the essence and haste ya Mochoku kuharakisha hii mtihani mpaka ni kama walilazimisha wenye walikuwa na mark wanafunga macho na kumark tu na kuassume hii ni 83. Now we are shattering hopes of our young children. Wengi wametoa ushuhuda, wenye walikuwa nafanya vizuri saa hizi wanaona miaka yao 8 imeenda hasara. Mtu mwenye alikuwa anapatanga 400 kwa mock every examination 400 and above, sasa anaambiwa ni 343. Watoto wengi unaona wanalia sana. How do you tell those children when you walikuwa natumaini they had prepared their future life? Now you are shattering now because of poor way of handling examination.
And we're still on KCPE. Since the announcement of the results of this year's Class 8 examination results, there has been conflict about the results, with the National Examination Council, NEC, being blamed. And Bakassi East MP Babu Owino has said that the government has failed in improving the entire national examination process. Owino also said that there are huge errors and confusion in the results of the examination by providing incorrect results, as it indicates irresponsibility in the education sector.
I want to take this opportunity to express my disappointment in the just released KCPE examinations. We as a nation, we've really failed. The government has failed us. The government has failed the parents and the candidates who sat for the examinations. Take, for example, a school like Utawala Academy, where candidates never sat for sign language as a subject, but the sign language as a subject, the grades have come back to all the candidates. Kiswahili as a subject has not been factored in Utawala Academy. Other schools in parts of the country, there are subjects like science as a subject, which has been released showing that all the candidates who sat for examination scored 75%. So there's a lot of confusion, and I want to ask President Ruto not to joke with the education sector. He's already killed our education by increasing the university fees, and right now universities are preserve of the rich. Right now, even at the level of primary education, we are completely messing with our children. We are using them as a control experiment, as guinea pigs, and we should not reach that level as a nation, because we are stooping so low to ensure that we work so hard in failing the future of this nation. So I want to ask Ruto to move with speed, to talk to NEC, to ensure that the corrections, the mistakes, both voluntary and involuntary mistakes that have been engineered by the NEC, should be corrected very fast. They should not blame the system, the Safaricom system of dispensing the SMSs. That is not a problem in this case. The problem in this case is the information that are being released to the students, is how the papers were marked, is how the whole process was conducted. We should not hurry just to release the results to be seen as competent, while releasing wrong results shows a lot of incompetency in our system.
And moving on, but still within the education sector, education stakeholders and the Taita Taveta County government have come together to invest in education in the county. In the graduation ceremony for the candidates of Taita Taveta College, the senator of the county, Jones Mwaruma, has called for the county's corporation to invest in education by sending the children to school, mentioning the future benefits of the candidates joining hands with fellow leaders. Mwaruma has mentioned that there is a bill of giving funding for education to benefit the young people in the county. The stakeholders of education have admitted to unite to ensure that the investment in education bears fruits in general for the next generation. Maruma has been at the front line to ensure that students get sufficient education in the county of Taita Taveta.
A new chapter in my life, armed with the knowledge and skill acquired during my degree, I carry with me the invaluable lessons of gratitude and the profound impact that one person's generosity can have on another's life. Mr. Maruma's commitment to education and his willingness to invest in the future of others will forever serve as a guiding light.
Msemo mwingine wa kizungu nasema kwamba if you are planning to invest for 1 year, plant rice. And if you are planning to invest for 10 years, you plant a tree. But if you are planning to invest for 100 years, educate people. And that's what is happening. So you can see our senator is having a very good plan for about 100 years plus.
Ya kwamba kuna sheria inaitwa County Education Board Fund. MCAs ama assembly yetu ilifanya marekebisho kwa huo mswada na ikatoa ile revolving fund ya loan wakaiondoa. Nimesema hiyo sheria ni mbaya na namsihi gavana asitie sahihi kwa sababu wanafunzi wetu bado wana uhitaji mkubwa sana. Ukiangalia hawa watoto ambao wamemaliza leo, kuna mmoja mnasikia alikuwa askari gongo, alikuwa watchman na leo amepata first class honors. Ndio wa kwanza kabisa katika ile darasa. Kwa hivyo watoto wetu wanataka masomo lakini ni vile hawana uwezo. Sasa pesa ya county kama hiyo ya HELB loan ya county ingewasaidia pakubwa wale watoto ambao wako from underserved communities kutoka jamii maskini kuingia kwa elimu.
Jamii zetu ni maskini na jamii zetu za Coast Region tukubaliane bado hatuna. Sisi ni maskini, si ndio? Na tukishasomesha msichana mama wa hiyo goma kama wale warembo walivyosema,
kane na yeye mali tutafika kwa ajili ya manufaa yetu wananchi, twende sawa sawa. Na sisi pia serikali mtushike mkono, si ndio? Mali kuna zile mbangara piga teke, mali kuna zile bangi zile lete majina tuwaeke ndani. Hawa watoto kama wangekuwa nafuta bangi hawangesomeshwa na Maruma. Ni watu ambao akili ziko timamu and they are steady, they can go into a class and they study. Tunaelewana? Tunataka generation iko sober so that wakipata nafasi ya kusoma wanaweza wakasoma na wakatuletea mambo mazuri.
Now still moving on, Migori County has initiated a 1.2 million Kenyan shillings water project at the Dede Health Center in Awenda to ensure that the health sector is improved. This comes after many cases of waterborne diseases due to water pollution, which cost the country 1 million shillings each month to deal with the issue of disease and water pollution. Leaders of the health sector have praised the action of the water project, mentioning that it will help fight the diseases arising from the lack of water because of pollution that costs the sector high medical bills.
Wash is very important. I want to tell you that 80% of all conditions that we see in our health facilities are wash related. So for us to really get rid of this, we really need water. Water is one package in wash that is very important. It helps us address a lot of hygiene conditions.
Today we have 8 tanks behind me, as you can see. Beautiful Kentang tanks, very heavy duty, which will sustain the facility in terms of water moderation and even to serve the community and its environs.
The services will improve because with water we'll improve on the quality of services we offer to our clients, and will attract more clients to come and seek health services at Dede Health Center. Also, we'll use this water for hygiene purposes, whereby all our hand washing facilities will have water. All our inborn toilets shall have water to use the inborn toilets.
Now, the western region of Kenya has been mentioned as an area with a large number of residents who are still affected and living below the who are still affected, by the situation of poverty, with few resources that can elevate the lives of the residents. The situation has led experts to organize the Mulembe Economic Conference to find a solution to the issues such as poverty, lack of investment, improvement of agriculture, and cooperation with the current government to ensure development is found in that region. A call was given to the residents of the area to invest in various sectors, including agriculture, to help eradicate poverty in the Western region. In addition, residents from 5 counties of the Western region will work together to achieve development.
Is that as a community, if you look at various reports, we are a community with the highest poverty level or poverty index, and that majority of our people are really poor. And they are poor because we lack manufacturing, we lack job opportunities. Our sugarcane sector is struggling, and that policies to attract investors, even from the diaspora, are lacking. You can obviously see that we have sites for tourist attractions, but they have not, the county has not invested in tourist attractions so that we can attract foreign exchange. We have, let's say, our Kakamega forest.
And looking at the negatives that we have, Western region, the poverty levels are very high. Sisi mara mingi tunaitwa cooks na watchmen, isn't it? Here in Western, the women rights matters, gender-based violence matters, land rights. You find that when women lose their husbands, wako na shida mengi. They lose land, isn't it? And also, we know that in the constitution,
neno hili linamlenga mwananchi wa sehemu hii wa kawaida, ili huo umoja uanze chini ukielekea juu.
Na tuko sasa na vyakula aina nyingi. Tunaona hata county zetu zote zinafanya smart agriculture. Tunaenda into livestock, poultry farming, tuna fish farming, aquatic farming. Tuko na njia nyingi sasa ya kuchangia katika sekta hii ya ukulima.
And that marks the end of today's EBN Prime News edition. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Thank you for being with me from start to end, and until next time, God bless and have a good night.